Hiya! So following on from last week's video where we looked at introducing your horse to long reining, a couple of people asked about how we could develop that. So I'm going to have a look at transitions today. I'm going to do that with my lovely Irish sports horse mare Ariel, who's 21 years old, or 21 years young, depending on how you want to look at it. And I'll talk you through on the voiceover all the way through. Hi there. So a couple of people have asked me on the messages how, following on from last week's video on introducing your horse to long reining, how you then go about developing that. So how you teach transitions and things like that. So I'm going to do that today. I'm going to be working with my 21 years young Irish sports horse Ariel. And you see, I'm going to start out on one line, because when you're starting to teach transitions, you ideally want to get your horse kind of keyed into your body language and your voice, so that when you go to two reins, it's a lot easier. And I'm going to show you how I'll do that. So I'm going to hand over to the video and the voiceover, and I'll see you at the other end. So here we're now on one line, and I'm going to have a look at a few transitions. And really what I'm going to focus on with these transitions is to really key her into my body language and my voice. So, because this is what I'm going to need for my long reining. So when I ask for an upward transition, you'll see what happens is, what I do is I raise the energy in my body, then I cluck in this case, and then if she doesn't respond, or I wanted to respond a little bit quicker, I'm going to use my stick. So there you go, energy up, and you obviously can't hear me, but I did cluck, and then I use my stick to say, hey, please get trotting. And she's cold out the box, so I'm not insisting on lots of trot just yet. In a second, you're going to see me ask her to trot a little bit more forward. So again, what I'll do is, and I think it's the next time round, I'll raise my energy, and I'll use my stick if I need to say, hey, give me a little bit of a bigger trot. And then, same thing, I'm going to leave her alone. So what I want her to start to work out is, as soon as Mum's body language raises, or she uses her voice, the stick's going to come, so I might as well either do an upward transition or be a little bit more forward in the trot, whatever I've asked for. So, and working like this and giving some sort of release is really key when you're working with this sort of horse. So what I mean by this sort of horse is Ariel tends to be a little bit lazy. I'm asking her to go there, so I raise my energy, and actually I didn't really need to use the stick because she went straight away. Probably want a little bit more trot than that. Again, raise my energy, use the stick a little bit more, and as soon as she gives me that trot that I'm looking for, I leave her alone again. So she gets the idea, great, if I do what Mum wants, then it's really comfortable, she leaves me alone. I'm going to ask her for canter in a minute, and again I'm going to do the same thing, raise my energy and use my stick to ask for canter. As soon as she's cantering, I stop doing what I was doing, so I stop using my stick, and I'm basically just in neutral, leaving her alone, letting her get on with the job of cantering. It's exactly the same as when I use my legs when I'm riding. And again here, now asking for a downward transition, I'm going to lower my energy, and I'm just going to reel the line in a little bit, put a little bit of pressure on that bit, just to ask her to slow down for me. So downward transitions are dead easy with this horse. So it's always the way, you've either got a goey horse where upward transitions are easy and you barely need to move a muscle, or you've got a horse like this where downward transitions are really easy and you only have to breathe and they're like, did you say stop? Okay, so we're on two lines now. Only difference is, instead of the stick, I'm going to use my rope. So in a second, you see me ask for an upward transition, you see me use that rope just behind her bum there to say, right, get going. So I'll have used my energy, I'll have used my voice, which says and trot on, and then I'll use the rope that's behind her to say get going, if I need it. So there, didn't actually need it to ask for the canter. My energy and my voice was enough, and that's ideally where you want it to be. When you're on two lines, really, you want your voice commands to be pretty sharp by that point. So that outside rope there, just like that outside rope there is a backup in case you need something. If you're finding that they're not there and that you are struggling once you get onto 2 lines, then probably you need to go back onto 1 line and back on the lunge and get your voice commands a little bit better. Downward transitions, you're going to use the outside rein and possibly the inside if you need it, like just there, to say slow down. Again, same thing. Use your body and also use your voice to say slow down. And again there. So for a bit of fun, I've moved on to some longer lines, and as you can see, that gives Ariel a lot more space to move. She's a lot more free flowing now. She's got a little bit more room. The downside with longer lines, obviously, is there's quite a bit more to organise in your hands. So you want to be pretty confident, ideally on some shorter lines before you move to longer ones. Give you an idea, the ones I had on before are around about 20 feet long. These ones are closer to 40 feet. So it's about twice as much rope. And you just need to be very conscious that you don't get caught up in them, they don't get under your feet and so on like that, and also that you don't get your hands messed up in them. So it's just something to play around with and practice, but you want to be pretty sure of your horse and pretty confident of your own rope handling skills before you do this. And there we go, just to add a bit of variety, and now I've also put in change of directions. I'm going to have a look at changes of direction in the next week's video on long reining, so I'll show you how to do those then. I'm going to hand back to the video and the wind, so I'm not quite sure how well you can hear me. If you've got any questions, drop me a Facebook message, drop me an email, I'd love to hear from you. So I hope you found that useful. If you've got any questions or there's something you'd like me to do a little snippet on, then just drop me a line, either email or Facebook message, or drop a comment on this video, whatever you like, and I'll see what I can do. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.